Hello and welcome to Football 301. We are live after week 11. Those late afternoon games went a little long, but we're still live trying to squeeze it in before Sunday Night Football. I'm here to react, as always, on these Sunday shows. My guy, Mr. Four Verts, Charles McDonald. How you doing today, Chuck? And all non-Falcons related just facets of life. How are you doing today? I haven't really talked to you much today, so I'm very curious to see your mood.
Oh, I'm pumped at how that Falcons game ended because I was a little worried that like they might slink their way into like a little back season run and everyone saves their job, but to collapse like that, like ultimately that's the mouthwash they need to kind of move on. So, got a strong Sunday. We got to see Shedeur Sanders play. That was something. We got to see JJ McCarthy almost do a little something. So it was a good day for the guppies around the league. That's how
Way to check. Way to check the box for all the quarterback names. Just say all the young quarterbacks that play. Just get
all the guppies,
rolling. Get those guys rolling.
Hey, no, it's time to start weeding some of these guys out. You know, there's a lot of fan bases that were like, well, my team couldn't have possibly picked the wrong quarterback. Well, some of you guys are going to be wrong. That's just math. So we're about at that point now.
You know, like a baseball player gets every hit. I don't know if you've ever seen someone's highlight video, but they never miss.
That's
in a
right.
highlight video.
They never miss a highlight video.
So it's shocking when they actually do miss in real life. But no, it was a fun day. Like we had some cool games, I thought, throughout this day. We had some kind of sloppy fun games and then just some good football, some good defense to cap it off. And we're going to take you through all of that right now, ups and downs of week 11 with 3 highs, 3 lows. High number 1. This is the Rams winning the battle out west in LA, taking the NFC West lead in a very tough division, even because the 49ers keep winning too, not those Cardinals. But the Rams win 21-19. Sam Darnold throws 4 picks, having a feeling of deja vu from the last time we saw him play in that stadium. Maybe the Southern California boy should not just play in Southern California games or something of that sort, but he throws 4 picks. There was plenty of pressure put on by that Rams defense. Thought they played a really good game against a very explosive Seahawks offense. Thought the Rams offense did their thing. They had the Puka Nacua fumble, but outside that, I mean, they just did their thing on the ground, in the air, pull out this win, 21-19. Charles, what'd you think about this one? This one was just a slug fight. I mean, these guys just threw haymakers at each other. So pretty cool game.
Yeah, if I tell you what, if I was a Seahawks defender, I'd be pretty upset right now. Like, man, we did right. More than enough to win that game. Because even when you look at like what the Rams like just down to down production ended up being, they were still in the negative for EPA. Stafford's EPA for the day was negative 0.34. Like, you did your job, and they just messed up so many times on the other side of the ball. And Sam Darnold, it just felt like once they couldn't stick to just like, oh, our kind of front runners offense, play action stuff, we got to drop back. Yeah, it got out of hand for Sam. And that's where that was a pretty extreme version of it. But I guess it's where if you have concerns about Sam, that's where it is. Like, he's not always going to be the guy that can just drop back and fire. It kind of needs to be set up a little bit for him, and then he can still take advantage of some big plays in the back end. But days like today, I think you kind of see where some of his limitations are, and you just kind of spoiled a pretty good game by the Seattle defense because they got put into some bad situations with those turnovers too, and they still fought hard, and you still had a chance to win that at the end of the game through all your mistakes, and just couldn't quite get it done. But that was fun because even if I'm a Seahawks fan, I'm probably still looking at that like, man, I doubt Sam throws 4 picks again next time we play them.
Right.
And you have a better chance to try and get across the finish line with a win.
And some of those picks were after they were moving the ball. Like, so it wasn't like they were like, oh my God, another backed up interception, when you're really getting overwhelmed. And actually, maybe I did. I didn't even check the success rate stuff until right now. And I didn't realize that the Rams only had a 26% rushing success rate, which is notable. Yeah. Like you said, and now that I'm kind of really thinking on it, because even my notes, like I always kind of like have highlighted plays, in case I want to talk about them, because my memory gets a little foggy when you only have a few hours of sleep with a 5-month-old going through a sleep regression and a 3-year-old. Is that the big plays for the Rams, at least run game wise, stood out in my mind, but they were on 3rd and 1. They were on 4th down. The long runs to Kyron Williams, both in the red zone. So to me, that's more designer plays. That's situational plays because short yardage is a situation, red zone's a situation. Both out of 11 personnel, of like a wing formation. But now that I think on it, was like Wasn't a ton of those. Well, it really wasn't. I mean, even if I just click on this, I could tell you how many successful runs they had. They had 6 successful runs. That's saying something against this Rams offense that just kind of pops everybody in the face this year. And I actually thought of you, the Devontae Adams. I think of you a lot, Charles. No, I'm just saying. Outside of that,
Me too.
Devontae Adams touchdown, the little now route. You pointed out how many of his touchdowns come in the red zone. And I was on Thursday, and I was like, oh, there it was again, right there. So that was a great little shout out for me. You had like a little stat about that. It was like every single one of his scores was coming through in the red zone.
It was, all of his scores had come in the red zone. And going into that game, he had 11 catches in the red zone for 7 touchdowns. So to get the box score of 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown, that's what we needed for our take last week. Maybe we can get a little more production throughout the game, but 1 reception, 1 catch, or 1 yard, 1 touchdown. That's kind of where they've gotten the most out of Devontae this year. So, man, that was a slugfest, man. That's what like 2 of the best teams going at it looks like, and I think the quarterback will be a little. Yeah, it did. I think both offenses will be a little sharper next time. Now you've gotten your feet wet against these defenses.
Yeah, I'm excited for the rematch. Yeah, that's a Jerome Bettis stat line. The 1 carry, 1 touchdown, 1 yard, but receiver wise. But the Sam Darnold touchdowns, though, I thought. The biggest weakness with the Seahawks is, of course, is that with their offense, the run game's not great. Get them into a negative game script where they have to drop back a lot. And if you pick on their right guard and potentially their backup center, and that's what it felt like today, where they're just running all these. The Rams run a ton of them anyways, but all these twists and games. God, I get this itch in my throat. But all these twists and games, and Bradford got picked on a few times, the right guard. That was the one where Byron Young got the pressure. And he left it. Darnold left it inside to Kobe Durant, who had a really nice game. And then the fourth interception. That was just a Sam Darnold like blackout moment where he's just like trying to do a little too much, and then he just throws the ball, and it's just like doesn't see anything. And it was just one of those where it's like, oh, come on, Sam. That's just him kind of just spiraling a little bit. And he has some movement throws and everything. They had moments like in the passing game. JSN's just so good. But when you're going, this is why it felt so much like a playoff game with 2 really good teams. One little mistake, and it's not just an incompletion; it's a pick. One little mistake, and it's not just a 2-yard gain, a run play. It's a TFL. One little mistake, Puka Nacua gets stripped, and so it's fun. This game's gonna be really fun to rewatch. I want to see what the kind of differences from second half to first half that the teams made, because that'll tell us a lot for the second game, potentially playoffs, like you alluded to. But it was just cool to kind of see them pepper. Each team had moments peppering where certain stuff worked, but you could tell that was both teams had answers for each other. And so that's just why I felt so tight, even with the interceptions and everything. Also, shout out to special teams. Ethan Evans with that punt to pin the Seahawks at the 1-inch line. Oh my God. That was one of the best punts I've seen in a while. I mean, just perfect. Pinned it right down there.
If that punt goes, an inch further, they probably lose that game. Like, that was ridiculous.
It was. Yeah. And even just the Rams, just kind of some scheme stuff, like the run game wise, or not even just run game wise, the personnel wise was some cool stuff. Just how they're kind of like meshing everything together. I thought Olsen did a pretty good job of kind of pointing that stuff out. I thought, a little chess match, how they did stuff on 3rd down as well. And when you just have those near misses, like the Rams on the first drive missed on the 4th and 1, but then they got the turnover right away. So it was like, it kind of was all for naught, or all was well. So that's just how this game felt. But really fun matchup for both teams. I'm going to check out their schedules real quick because, all right, Rams got the Bucs next week, which should be a very good one. Then they got the Panthers, Cardinals, Lions. So really good kind of schedule coming up. And I think the Seahawks got the Titans. Then they got the Vikings. Then they got the Falcons. Okay. Then they host the Colts and the Rams, Panthers. Yeah.
Oh my God. They go. Die against
Titans, Vikings, Falcons.
All the kids are going to die against that defense.
I know. Look how tight it was for Darnold. For Stafford today. Stafford finished with what? See, like a 43% success rate. They had 2 explosives, but that feels down for their offense of what they've been doing for teams. So I can't reiterate enough. These were 2 awesome teams going at it.
I said Stafford didn't get sacked today, but Pro Football Focus had him with he was under pressure on 43% of his dropbacks. So that's you were fighting for your life, man. Fighting for your life. Yeah.
Man. Yeah. No, I know. That's the thing. It's like there's no takeaway where it's like, oh, the sky's falling for either team. It's kind of like the teams played to their strengths. They both had moments. Two good teams going at it. So Rams win it 21-19. And we'll see kind of the next stretch when they meet again. Moving on. High number 2, another late afternoon game, another West battle, Mountain West. It counts. Broncos, the captains of the West, as we enter the back half of the season. 22-19. Scrounge this one out. Scrounge it out. This was a claw fight for both teams, it felt like. But the Broncos, hey, Bo Nix hit the last throw, that corner out. That's all they needed to do. Just keep this game close. Yep. Their defense did a lot. I actually thought Romo did a good job of highlighting the special teams throughout this game. Special teams did have some big moments in this game. That's what tight games come down to, just like we mentioned in the Rams game. Broncos that win this one 22-19. Chuck, your thoughts on the Broncos taking a pretty good lead in the West at 9-2.
Yeah. Damn, I mean, I we're at the point with the Chiefs where I still think that this is a good team, but dude, you're 5-5. Like that's just kind of the reality of your situation. So they're basically locked into going on the road if they can finish strong and make the playoffs, unless there's like a tremendous Broncos collapse, which I kind of don't see coming because their defense is really good, like really good.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's the sign of a good defense, like when you can survive, you know, some ticky tack DPI calls on Riley Moss and still come away like holding the Chiefs to 19 points. You know, I thought Kareem Hunt had like a solid day, but ultimately just not enough juice to really kind of threaten this Broncos defense down to down. Yep. And I think today, since like the Chiefs have kind of gotten back to scoring points, we saw like what the limitations are for them moving forward.
Yep.
They like when it came to a defense like this, they just didn't necessarily have the weapons on the outside to threaten them consistently. And I think it just kind of got congested and away from them. They only converted 33% of their third and longs or third downs, on dropbacks, which is pretty low for them. Mahomes had 5.1 yards per dropback. They had negative EPA passing. So, dude, that Broncos defense is very, very real. And even when you get like a shaky performance from Bo Nix like you did today, you can still hold up against a team as good as the Chiefs because they just kind of keep things in front of them and you just pepper you with negative plays over and over and over again until you kind of just succumb to, you know, everything that they've thrown at you. So Broncos, like, they look for real, but I still just can't get them. Yeah, the Broncos look for real, but I still can't get myself all the way there with how Bo Nix is playing. But hey, if you're winning the AFC West, it's a home playoff game, then anything can happen, you know.
Right, just make it to the, especially how the AFC is this year. I mean, it's wide open. It's true. Like, that's the thing is, like, I bring up the flaws of the offense. It's not like the offense is the worst in the league. It's more like 20th, 18th, like below average. And but look at everybody else in the AFC. The Colts have a great offense and everything, but you also, no offense to Daniel Jones, but it's Daniel Jones, unproven, and that defense is still kind of a work in progress as well. It's good. I'm just trying to paint the picture. I'm trying not to knock the Colts too much because I do think they're very good. But just trying to show it's like there's no true, like, oh my God, no brainer juggernaut. Chiefs, I mean, boom, just beat them. The Bills, we're going to get to them, but too, like, look at their defense. They can give up points like that. So it's just a very wide open conference right now. And this is why explosives are so important. And we bring up Chiefs run game stats over and over. You and I do on the show. We talk about, I mean, everybody does, the Chiefs passing game, all the deep balls that they try to get to, the explosives they try to get to. The explosives can come from yak as well, not just deep throws. And you can see Mahomes trying to test them deep with some success. Tyquan Thornton had the one. They drew some PIs as well. But that's why against a defense this good, it's so hard to sustain drives running the ball, so hard to sustain drives throwing the ball successfully over and over. You can have a couple plays in a row. It's just the math of it. It's like, I'm not going to be able to hit a 104-mile-an-hour fastball every single time. Once in a while, I can hit Paul Skeens, but not every single time. and that's where I just watched this watching against this Broncos defense and really just watching the Chiefs offense. You need explosives. And this is why explosives are so important, because one explosive can be essentially 5 normally successful plays, especially how the Chiefs kind of churn right now. So that's why just in a game like this, it's tough. You have to be perfect. And Mahomes wasn't totally perfect, and the Chiefs offense wasn't totally perfect. So that's why it's like you said, it's like the Broncos, like if they get to the dance, of course they can kind of like hang because the defense is going to keep them in so many games because it's just so good. They can rush the passer, they can play man coverage, all the toughest stuff you get. And I'm glad you brought up Riley Moss too, because I think he's got a reputation maybe in a normal fan's brain that he's not that good, but he's actually good. And it's just because he just gets kind of posterized and gets like these weird penalties. Remember the Giants game? He got the rough penalty too. I think it was him.
Yeah.
That one too.
It's like DPIs, I'm pretty sure.
And they're not like blatant.
They're not like that.
I mean, I'm just anecdotally.
Bad, man. Yeah,
I know.
I mean, even once the second one today, I was like, dude, that's a ticky tack ass call. Like, and now fans are just like, oh, can't play without grabbing someone. Like, man, that's just not a fair characterization of this game. But people are gonna do what they want.
I mean, the Broncos defense is just such a tough test. I think the Chiefs have their schedules: Colts, Cowboys, Texans, Chargers coming up, Titans, then Broncos again on Christmas. So they got kind of a not up and down schedule. I would say it's got some good tests in there. Broncos have Commanders this week, Raiders, then Packers, Jags, Chiefs, and then Chargers. So okay, they got a little bit of an easier schedule, especially coming up. But I thought too. I mean, I'm just like kind of looking through my notes. It felt like the Chiefs were targeting McMillan, but then he had a huge sack on a third down in the fourth quarter. That was just got a free runner, and he didn't fall for Mahomes' pump and got him. Sean Payton got flagged because a ref ran into him, which I thought was hysterical. The Chiefs are 0 for 5 now in one-score games this year, which is a big regression from last year when they were like 12-0 or 13-1 or something. And our friend Bill Barnwell's going like, the sky's got to fall at some point. And so we're kind of seeing some maybe tilt the other way, especially when Mahomes doesn't get a chance to go and tie it up or put it away, or they're playing a tough defense like this. Any closing thoughts on this? AFC West, Broncos kind of got a nice chokehold on it right now.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see what happens with Kansas City from here. I still think that they have the pieces to win the Super Bowl, but like I said, you're 5-5, and now your back's kind of against the wall. So interested to see how they play it.
They got to go on a heater. They can do it.
Yeah,
I trust them as much as anyone. They can do it, but especially Andy Reid post-bye, Sean Payton getting the advantage of him. That's a little feather in his cap. Way to go there. All right, we're going to move on to high number 3. This is just – I kind of want to just talk about this game, so I squeezed it in here. And this is the Bears don't bear it. Felt that entire fourth quarter, the Bears were about to do what they always do. I mean, they're one of those teams, man. They just find a way, snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. But they pull out this game 19-17. JJ McCarthy didn't do much the entire day. And then on the last drive, strings together some throws, hits Addison for a touchdown. I'm like, that's it. That's the game. And then big Bears return, kick the field goal to win the game. I thought really the highlight of this game was both teams' run games. I know that's not going to be the big takeaways and talking points. It's going to be the second-year quarterbacks, McCarthy, Caleb Williams. I thought the run games were awesome for both teams in this game. So that was my highlighted point. But Charles, what stood out to you in this game?
I tell you what, as a Falcons fan, watching Grady Jarrett today was hurting me. Speaking of the run games, it's hurting me. Yeah, it's about time to come on home and get that jersey retirement, Grady. About time. Had a good run.
One-day contract.
We have one-day contract. He'll put that 50 up in the rafters, and then we'll celebrate for a day. Hopefully, you don't have a day like Matt Ryan where Kirk Cousins breaks some record that she set and then immediately turns into a lemon. But I thought that the single season
a noodle arm lemon. Oh my god! After watching them today, it's even worse. Every time I see him, it's worse than I'm going to imagine in my head. And I'm like, yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off on that, but it's notable. It's notable. What's good in Atlanta?
But back to this game, I felt so bad for Kevin O'Connell by the time this one was over because. I think today was the day where everyone's like, okay, fine, we're kind of done with this JJ McCarthy stuff. But I saw a lot of people conceding that he's bad. I mean, he's obviously bad, but you finally got one drive at the end after he spent the entire game missing throws, misreading plays. It looks terrible. On the final drive, he finally hits basically every single throw you need. He scored a touchdown, even though that last touchdown pass little shaky, because I thought if you throw like 1 more second late, that's a pick six the other way. But he got it just in time.
A little too many hitches there.
Pinned him.
A little too many hitches.
Yeah, a little too many hitches. And then immediately after, you get the huge kickoff return, Bears to the field goal position, and they kick the game winner. I'm like, man, you are fighting for your life there, Kevin. But it'll be over in a few weeks because I don't think you can bring JJ back without like serious competition. I mean, you can see it when you watch the games. You can see with Justin Jefferson. It's gotten to a point where you can't prioritize his development over everyone else on the team because this is sinking really, really fast. So, I like when you said they play the Seahawks in a couple of weeks, like that realistically could be the end of JJ McCarthy's tenure as a starter in the NFL. Like it really has been that bad. So. But ultimately, like you should still feel okay if you're a Vikings fan because you can survive quarterback performances this bad every single week. Like he's playing like this every single week, which is kind of why I'm confused why people are turning now when nothing's changed. Like the performance has been the same way the whole time. He's really struggled, but you have a defense and a run game and a coaching staff, a supporting cast that can kind of still give you a chance in these games. That's something to kind of write home with as you move forward towards whatever happens next year. So. Yeah, I know tough loss to swallow. You really only got one playable drive out of him, and now you're at the point like where these performances are going to start wearing on you towards the end of the season, and that's just kind of unfortunate because the rest of the team is really kind of ready to make that
run. That was my theory of this team going into the year, and I keep saying it about them being a playoff team. It's like I didn't think he had to be anything just to then be a playoff team because I thought what they did in defense, what this run game is going to look like, and then he's a little worse than I expected, which is. Yeah. And I watch it, and you already mentioned that last drive, but there's other plays too, where it's just like, everything's just a second late, like, and just an extra hitch, the throws to the left thing. And I know this is how people remember things. They're like, well, that last touchdown to Addison was a throw to his left. It's like, it's about consistency, especially in the NFL. You're asked to do things multiple times, or the 3 times you have to do it, you have to execute it all 3 times. I just think that's where you could see the mechanical need for development would be the nice way to put it. Like where, especially throwing left, is because he's late, so he has to feel like he has the gun to throw in. And Tom Brady was being very nice in my estimation of how, in my review of his review of today, and he noted one on it was to Thielen where JJ McCarthy led it just a little too much, where he goes, well, when you're late and you're throwing the ball that hard, you're not really giving your receiver a shot to catch the ball because it's really hard to catch a fastball down and away. That's not his terms, but that's just kind of how the throw was. And that's very true. And I emphasize this a lot with the young quarterbacks is you can see their feet telling you how they're seeing things. That's where I think more than just mechanical throw things. That's why I laugh when people are like, oh, these teams need a skills coach, a drill coach with quarterbacks week in, week out. It's like, no, they don't. They need to learn football. Once they learn football and learn timing and get comfortable with it, then the feet slow down and then the ball gets out early and then the accuracy improves because they don't have to gun the throw. And that's just not just one guy. That's every quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life. Josh Allen, his whole development has come from shortening his stride and getting the ball out way earlier and more because then he doesn't have to gun it. So he can just throw. I mean, just anybody that's listening right now, you don't actually have to do this, but just take something, float it, and see how much more accurate you are than when you launch it. Like it's easier to float things. And when I watch him, and why this is all just a trickle down is that I just think mentally I keep saying he needs reps, but that's a nice way to put it. But right now he just is behind the 8 ball. Like he just looks like he needs a lot of time. And so like what you're saying, it's like, wow, I don't know how much longer this can go, because you can't even say, I know Vikings fans were getting on Justin Jefferson really hard. He was an extremely good competitor, a captain. Behavior. It was weird to me, a guy that I think is a warrior, like truly, and a guy that by all accounts, 100%er about what a great guy, great teammate, great worker he is. Watch him burying a guy on that Jordan Mason touchdown run, or just having a really good block, I should say. You can't say he's not giving effort. It's just that he wants to survive.
Did you see Justin Jefferson like almost slam his helmet today during the game? Like it was a bad throw and came off, and he comes off the side, he rips his helmet off, he's about to slam it, and he just gently places it down. Like that, come on, man. Like we're ripping on that guy. Like, okay, look, we all love Randy Moss. Let Randy play with a quarterback that was doing this to him 20 years ago. It would not have been pretty, bro. T.O., like, come on.
No. there's a
You
guy
guys
that
are getting
played
on Justin
that had
Jefferson. That's so
Spurgeon
shitty. Like, what's wrong with you guys?
and as someone that was a Vikings fan and now as like just a neutral analyst, it's like you also had Christian Ponder, Tavares Jackson, Spurgeon Wynn. If we want to go way back, that's another guy that was drafted in the same year as Brady. I mean, I've just seen this before, and there's just like, it's either the argument is that he needs time. It's not that he's ready and we're ready to be anointed. Like, if you want to be optimistic about it, really the negative of it is like, wow, he like shouldn't be on the field right now. And that's why it just looks that way. I mean, they were in this game. I thought the defense, okay, we're getting into like Bears nice stuff. The Bears had a 52.5% rushing success rate today on 37 design runs. They had 20 successful runs today.
Yeah.
Like, the Bears run game is cooking. And the Vikings were able to kind of just keep them out of the end zone. Some of that, too, is the Bears keep getting like illegal formations and just random procedural penalties that they still need to clean up. But it's like a positive for the Bears. They can do this. But the Vikings were, they pressured Caleb 15 times today. And Caleb was making, I mean, it felt like he had 12 missed tackles forced today. And I don't feel like I'm exaggerating that much. I mean, he had ones where he was literally pulling out, like popping out of the guy's arms. It's crazy to watch him week in, week out do that. And then all of a sudden hear complaints about time to throw when he's running around, making 5 guys miss, crossing them up and doing all that, and then getting rid of the ball. It's like, really? We're complaining about time to throw?
Yep. That's right.
So they just couldn't finish the drive. I'm trying to just think anything else. That's really got with it on this game. I thought Caleb's completion percentage wasn't super high, but he had a high success rate. So that's why. Oh, the Fox Music guy killed it. You got Gorillas, got the Prodigy, got Kick Push by Lupe Fiasco. As a middle millennial, that was hitting me in the right spot. So yeah, that's some good music there. KOC, essentially, this is just, I'm spilling out the notes. KOC completely deflated the ball in the second half. They ran the ball like 70-something% of the time, especially on early downs. But yeah, I thought there was creative run game stuff from the Bears. DJ Moore in the backfield on third down was really cool. Yeah, they're really rolling right now. The defense is still a big work in project. Sorry, big project right now. They need guys to get healthy, but they got the Steelers next. Then they got the Eagles. Then they got the Packers. But I really like what this offense is doing. I like Ben Johnson. Yeah. I like what this run game is cooking. It's really cool to watch this offense. It's still not perfect.
Next year, I'm pumped already for what they're going to look like next year. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. They're like one more guy away, one more lineman maybe. All right, let's move on. Well, yeah, but last little note, pending Sunday Night Football, which we'll recap at the top of the show. The Lions, depending that game tonight against the Eagles, the Bears could be on top of the NFC North, just like we all predicted. But I had them as a playoff team. I will say that. All right, we'll go low number 1, getting to some negative sides. And this game was entertaining, so I shouldn't say it was that low. But the Bucs couldn't stop Josh Allen. So I guess anyone that likes defense, this was a low. But the Bills dropped 44 on the Bucs. The Bucs scored 44-32. Josh Allen had a couple wonky interceptions, and it was like one of these kind of be like, oh my God, old school 2019 Josh Allen day. And he ends up with 6 total touchdowns, a double hat trick for Josh Allen today. What'd you think of this one, Chuck?
At first, honestly, I was confused at what was going on because I was watching this kind of in the background, and I felt like every time I looked over, something great or something terrible was happening to the Bills. And I was like, man, like this feels all or nothing to the max. So I looked up like what happened on these drives. The Bills had 11 drives in this game. They had 4 drives where they didn't get a first down. So 4 drives where they had 12 plays, 0 first downs, really bad EPA numbers. And on every other drive where they got at least 1 first down, they averaged 6.3 points per drive, 55 yards per drive, 0.97 EPA per drop back, and a 60% success rate. I was like, wow, like so these drives were either DOA or they're touchdowns. Yep. And that's kind of how it felt as this game was going. I mean, Josh Allen was incredible as it went along, and just did it enough to, another really bad defensive performance from Buffalo. This is like a poison pill defense. I'm not sure what they're going to do in the postseason because like you needed Josh Allen to go nuclear kind of to drag you across the finish line. I don't really see how that's sustainable because he also has some really weird like decisions that he was making in this game. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword for Buffalo. Like one, yeah, you're excited that you could be that efficient on offense and score that many points, and just have these drives where you're running through Buffalo or through Tampa Bay, excuse me. But on the flip side, like you still needed most of these points to get through that game, which is alarming for the postseason. Like I'm like trying to sort through these AFC teams. I can't really like come to a decision on who I think is going to come away and take this, because even Baltimore today, if you're looking at a dark horse team, they look like crap against Cleveland for most of that game, and probably would have lost if they had like average quarterback play.
It was, yeah, no, that's exactly what my thought was. I was like, oh, Ravens, here they come, right? Here they come, right? Come on, come on now. You know, I got the rolled up newspaper. Like, come on now. All right, let's see a little bit of something, a little bit of life. What did Myles Garrett have? He had like 4 sacks in the first half. Like he was unblockable. Felt like, yeah, and that was even with, even in the game, even with Shedeur Sanders doing absolutely nothing. No, but this, I thought the Bills, like their offense. Okay, so they had the second pick. Josh Allen has the second pick. The first pick was Deion Dawkins. Looked like he didn't slide inside on a protection, which has cropped up a little bit with the Bills, but not totally today, but it's cropped up a little bit. And Allen, just had a moment where he has an Josh Allen Professor Chaos moment. Then the second interception was kind of like, I was starting to get frustrated with the Bills offense because they ran mesh, 2 crossers, dig, or an over behind it. They love running mesh. They love running mesh on third down. They love running mesh on fourth down. And they run it again, and it's covered up, swamped up. And I was like, see, can't run mesh. And then they run it again, and it actually works like later in the game. But they get an interception, and then Josh Allen just goes, absolutely like ballistic the rest of the game. I also thought it was interesting because kind of making a big deal. Dalton Kincaid's out, so this might be part of it. But they did less. They did more like 11 personnel today with 3 wide receivers. Josh Palmer comes back. They bench Keon Coleman, which was, I think, reported that he missed a team meeting on Friday, but I think there's other stuff brewing, just kind of reading tea leaves. So today they go 3 wide receivers, a whole bunch, 11 personnel, 33 plays, 276 yards out of 11 personnel, 8.3 yards per play, 4 touchdowns, 55% success rate. And they ran really well out of 11 personnel. I thought they had 12 runs, 6 yards of play, 2 touchdowns, 50% success rate. Good designer plays like the James Cook touchdown, the Ray Davis swing touchdown that went for forever, for long touchdown, third down. Basically a pin pull play. Chris Samuel gets a pancake on that one. But yeah, it was just kind of one of those, like, they're an imperfect team, but this offense can get going on anybody, and they can do it a lot of ways. But I just do not trust the defense whatsoever. Like you kind of even said, just don't. The Bucs were able to do plenty of stuff. Like, did you see Tristan Wirfs block in the Sean Tucker touchdown?
Oh yes,
he
pulls
on it, and he just. It looked like a high school. It looked like The Blind Side, the movie.
That's nightmare stuff, man. Nightmare stuff. Seeing that hurtling towards you.
Yeah, but the Bills are just relying on turnovers. Like Cole Bishop had turnovers today. Had the pick where Baker was just doing Baker stuff. The other touchdown the Bucs gave up, or the Bills gave up, Sean Tucker and Barton pulls on that one. So you can kind of just do what you want against this Bills defense. They're just so reliant on turnovers, but the offense sure is fun. I'll kind of leave it at that. How you said you were kind of looking at the AFC teams. How would you kind of power rank the AFC teams? Because I'm stalling because I want.
Am I supposed to put Denver first? Is that what I'm supposed to do here? I don't. Because honestly, like, I don't want to put Denver first. I don't think New England's the best team either. Like the Colts have shown some cracks in the armor, I think, with how Daniel Jones has played the past few weeks.
And the defense is gettable. It's better. It's just gettable.
Like, maybe it is Buffalo. But they're the 5 seed right now. Like, I don't.
Because you just trust the offense the most.
Yeah. The New England, I think May is probably playing the best football, but I still am not fully on board that defense is like actually playoff caliber.
Agreed.
And can stop like some of the best offenses in the league. Because just when you look at who they've played this year, not to just like denigrate the schedule, but hasn't been the toughest road of offenses. So I think I'll just go Buffalo because, hey, they can score 45 and they can choke the life out of you with a running game. So we'll go Buffalo. But all these teams are pretty flawed.
Yeah, I'll probably go with the Colts just slightly, but it's Colts and Buffalo to me as well. Like, that's how I feel. And it's like, the Broncos defense keeps them in everything. And it's just that, I just don't trust the offense. Yeah, it's kind of like the inverse with some of the other teams.
Every team's got every team's got something you don't quite trust,
That's why playoff time just is gonna be nuts. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the AFC playoffs. Like the NFC's got some juggernauts now. Like the Rams are really good, and the Seahawks are good, and the Lions I think are good. The Eagles are coming along, are good. I would even say the Bucks are still pretty good. Like they're just banged up, but actually like they've still got something to them. So it's like the NFC. I don't know. The AFC. These guys. It's like I could poke at a lot, and it's dangerous stuff too. It's offensive lines. It's stopping the run. It's like the stuff that really kneecaps season. So AFC is going to be a trip once we get to playoff time. I watch every NFL playoff season, but yeah, I'm kind of there too. Yeah, but anyways, Bills win this. Take one game out in the AFC East. That's going to be fun with the rematch when they have with the Patriots. Yeah, the other divisions are just, we'll see. We'll see how they kind of shape out. Get into another division, another AFC battle. Low number 2, Chargers get blown out by the Jags. I should say even the Chargers O-line. Woof. Against this Jags team. And I would say that was one of the best Jags offensive performances I've seen, as far as had none of their stupid moments that they usually seem to have. I guess they can just do that against the Chargers. For some reason, that's just their good luck charm is playing the Chargers for some reason. But man, what'd you think about this game? Because the Chargers did not even just do anything. Herbert didn't even have 100 passing yards. It was like absolute slaughter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what to say about this game. Like they sucked so bad that I just didn't want to like interact with it while it was on TV. Like this game got pulled off by a quad box so fast. Like, oh, maybe this could be like an interesting slop watch type of deal, because I didn't think either team was going to play all that well. And then, here comes the Jaguars with all of a sudden their mighty offensive line just mowing down the Chargers front.
What?
Because
what was that?
Yeah, our friend Richard Johnson, CBS college football writer, he's a big time Jags fan. He was like, "Wait, like, are the Chargers just like really soft up front? Like, what's going on here?" Like, yeah, when TR Tart's not playing, like you can run all over them. And like Bachel Tootin looked like Maurice Jones-Drew out there. It was kind of strange. And if you're going to get nothing out of your passing game on the flip side, and just bad from everyone, I think they ran for like 2.6 yards per carry today. The Chargers did. I mean, that got away so fast that it was tough to even stomach. Honestly, it was just a complete beatdown.
It was. They just, it felt like they waved the white flag in the second quarter. I'm glad you mentioned TR Tart. Because just to reiterate, when TR Tart is not on the field, this is the worst rush defense in the NFL. Statistically, eye test, anything. And today, TR Tart was on the field for 25 run snaps. He made 5 tackles. He had 1 run stuff, and the Jags averaged 3 yards per carry, about 45% rushing success rate. He was off the field for 22 run plays. The Jags averaged 5.2 yards per carry, 2.2 yards more, and had a 66.6% rushing success rate, 20% more. So when when he's on the field, about above average rushing defense. When he's off the field, it's the worst rushing defense in the NFL. But that's what you said, like, because the Jags offensive line and Walker Little were, and I know it's the Texans defense, were horrid last week. Had some nice moments on scripted plays, but horrid as that game went along. And they rolled. They didn't allow a hit or a sack, which is remarkable. I mean, the run plays were great. You got ETN Wildcat TD, Trevor Lawrence, Bachel Tootin, like you mentioned, was rolling today. I thought it was significant that they gave him like short yardage plays. They gave him like a 4th down one, I think, and a 3rd down one as well. They're loving these toss wineback plays, which I always like. So it's like a toss. It looks like toss outside zone, and then the running back will wind back with like you can call it split zone as well if you just want to get in semantics. But yeah, they hit that for his touchdown was on. They hit 2 other big run plays on that one. They had a 56% rushing success rate today. They only had 6 explosives though, on a 57% total rush or success rate. So it was methodical. And I thought the run game was methodical. Jacoby Myers is apparently perfect for Trevor Lawrence, and is just ailing. He can actually catch the ball. Trevor was throwing all these in-breaking routes. He had 7 for 11 on in-breaking routes, and he was just peppering them, all those dig routes to Jacoby Myers. You feeling a little better about where the Jags are at, or are you still kind of just going like this was more Chargers tinted glasses in this game?
I think I still need to see more out of Jacksonville. I mean, it was good to see that they could take advantage of a team this bad, but that has not been the case for them every week this year. So do it again. Do it again.
Well, if you look at their schedule, they might be able to do it again. They got Cardinals, Titans, then Colts, then Jets, and then Broncos, Colts. So kind of a little up and down. They just got to play.
And I'm looking at that still like there's some potential for some Jags in here. I don't know. I just don't trust them. I don't trust them.
There's some big potential for some Jags. There's some potential to lose in the Jacoby Brissett kind of, big time. But even going into this game, we didn't really preview it much, but it was like the preview was like, well, both of these offensive lines stink. And so whichever defensive line takes over, and it was the Jags defensive line because the Chargers line is just awful. Going into this week, I haven't looked at an updated stat, but this Chargers since 2019, I could look at it, was giving off the most hits and sacks per dropback. I think they're third most, I should say, in the last since 2019. Like Herbert came drop back and there's just pressure in his face. He went 10 of 18 for 81 yards today. He had a pick. He was once again pressure on over half of his dropbacks. He had 2 sacks, 12 to 25 dropbacks. The Chargers had negative 0.51 EPA per play. I mean, credit to the Jags defense for doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. And I will say they did some cool, like, disguise coverage stuff, but negative 0.51 EPA per play, negative half point every single time they ran a play. He was quick pressured he's quick pressured this year, Herbert, on almost 20% of his dropbacks, 18.5. He's under pressure at a league high 42.7%. They have a good record. They have a shot at the playoffs. They have kind of the same defense as last year, kind of good scheme defense, but not overall good, like blue chip wise, as you like to put it. But the O-line, man, it's just, it's crippling. It's like, what do you think they can even do? Like, or what do you think about the Chargers for the rest of the year? Because it's just like, blah.
I'll say, you asked me what can they do next year before the season starts. Turn off injuries. That's about your best hope. Because, like, dude, you got Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater. Ideally, this should be a pretty solid line, but then everyone gets hurt. And once you get down to your 4th, 5th guys, like, we watch these guys in the preseason. How do you think they're going to fare in the regular season? Even worse. So I'm not really surprised when you get down to it this bad, but there's nothing they can do but stay healthy because you have the pieces in place.
That's it. I know. It stinks. They still might make the playoffs, like drag in, but it's just kind of one of those where it's like, okay, let's get to the spring. The Chargers only had 13 successful plays on today. The Jags had 16 rushing first downs alone. Tootin had 8 rushing first downs. The Chargers had 16 successful plays, 30-8 first down differential. And this is a Jags team that just lost to Davis Mills and the Texans and gave up a whole bunch of points at the end. And then and kind of fell apart on offense in the second half. They did actually have some good moments, though. I will say on rewatch, it was a little bit more encouraging. But yeah, just kind of I know the Chargers are imperfect. I know they have injuries, but kind of a stinker for them. So that's why they got the low. They have a 58% chance to make the playoffs. Wow. That's not how I feel when I watch them. But let's get to the low number 3. Get to a team that's near and dear to your heart. I feel like a lot of lows are Panthers associated, so I'm sorry because it's when the Panthers beat a team and they're like, oh, this other team's a low, so we might have to switch this up soon. But the Falcons might have actually reached rock bottom, even though I think we've said this before about them. They lose to the Panthers at home, 30-27 in overtime to the Falcons killer, Bryce Young, the Dirty Bird killer, Bryce Young, goes for over 400 yards in OT. Tetro McMillan goes off. Caught the ball like a monster all day in different ways. What do you think about this game, Charles? What do you think about your Dirty Birds?
Whoa, they stink. And it got worse because Michael Penix hurt his knee today. And according to Ian Rappaport, as of a few minutes ago, he is slated to miss some time. That is a huge problem if you watched Kirk Cousins play at any point this season. Bro, his arm is cooked. Like,
it's rough.
He can't throw it at all. So normally I'd be looking at this like, the Falcons got Saints, Jets, Seahawks, Bucks. Like, this is kind of the part of the season historically over the past few years where they kind of scrape out a couple nonsense wins and get to a respectable record by the end of the season. But this year, I don't know. Like, if Drake London's going to miss time because he got hurt today, Michael Penix is going to miss time. Yeah. You threw away another good Bijan Robinson's performance. James Pierce, who you are as of today slated to hand over the number 8 pick over to the Rams, but based on Kirk Cousins starting, it could get all the way up to top 5. He had a stack on Bryce Young and then immediately followed up with an offsides that was followed by a touchdown. like still getting absolutely crushed by the run. I know they're Falcons fans who are like, oh, we got a pass rusher. This is gonna work out, but dude, you got. I know it sounds like old football, like cliche stuff, but you can't be considered a good pick if you can't stop the run like that. Like if you're just gonna get absolutely tossed out the way, we can go find a bunch of guys who are 220 pounds to rush the passer on 3rd and long. But if we're gonna fork over a future, what has become a potential top 5 pick, I mean, that is just a disastrous trade because obviously this team could use some huge infusion of talent that they won't be able to get now. And whatever head coach and GM are running things next year are going to be a hop behind the 8 ball, but at least they'll have a free clean start to kind of evaluate Michael Penix and figure out what's going on next because this is this season's done and there's not really much to learn here besides that you need to fire everyone and move on. Yeah,
it feels frustrating because it's so much we talked about in the spring and summer. I mean, just it's like to a T. Like to a T, like every aspect of this.
Exactly. Every aspect of it.
Yeah. Every concern about it. Every positive. We're like, oh yeah, Bijan Robinson rocks. I mean, I know anyone could say that. Drake London's going to be good with this. Okay. He's going to have those were kind of all things that are very true. And it's just like, they actually outperformed them success rate wise, them being the Panthers today, but the Panthers had so many more explosives. Then they don't have the kick return fumble like the Falcons did today. I mean, they're giving up 9 explosive passes to the Panthers.
The kick return fumble. Dude, Natrone Brooks, what a day for him. He's a Falcon of the day because he got burned on the Xavier Leggett long touchdown. And then 2 plays later, he's the guy who fumbles on the kick return. I'm like, how are you more destructive? And tell me you possibly more destructive in 2 plays. Besides allowing like 14 points in a matter of 5 plays. Just really, really spectacular stuff there. Dude, Penix, this is what frustrated me about Penix too, because like he was out. There were a couple passes that were a little errant today that Drake London still caught, but outside of that, like it was the best he had played in like a month probably, and then he gets hurt, another knee injury at the end of the day. So the Penix 0.69 EPA per dropback, 70% success rate, hurt at the end of the day. Can't get out of the wrong way, man. It's just nasty stuff.
I know he had a good game. He had I thought they were going to blow him out of the water at one point.
Same.
They were moving the ball. Bijan had his touchdown run was incredible. His first one. He had 8. I went back and rewatched this game. He had 8 just off the top of my head. That would be highlight reel for anybody else that we'll just forget about. Like that and I cannot wait to clip him and just show people what he is doing. He's absolutely absurd how good Bijan Robinson is at football and Drake London. And this is what we keep talking about with Penix. You can win with Penix. You can win with him, but you need a defense to match this offense. But that's they don't have that at all, which is our concerns. Yeah. And they invested in pass rushers and they have no beef and they run a defensive system that's built to be really good on 3rd down because they have cool pressure stuff. But you have to get the opposing team to 3rd down to get to the 3rd down stuff. And to do that, you usually have to be good against the run. Otherwise, teams would just run against you. And having said that, they stifled the Panthers' run game mostly today. But you also just see the moments where it's like they're small on the back end, too. McMillan just bullied them a few times. Xavier Leggett had the tracking touchdown, which Coker had a couple big boy moments. So, T-Mac went. The Yak, he had one in the 3rd down. It was like a 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8. And he caught the flat. And because, Panthers are kind of going, we just don't want to make a mistake here. We'll throw a little flat screen. And he just breaks like 3 tackles on it. And just the ball tracking he has and stuff too. It's just, he got a couple touchdowns. I mean, he was absurd today, I thought. Also, 2 alsos. Felipe Franks is a great special teamer. Way to go. But also, why didn't the refs signal anything at the end of the game? The field goal goes in.
I saw it. Their view of the ball was blocked by something that was in the air, so they couldn't see it. But if you watch the replay, like they're looking up and like I don't know where the ball went.
They looked at each other
behind them. And you see behind them, Freddie Falcon, the mascot, just collapse like as soon as the ball goes through. He was standing behind them. So he saw it go through. So maybe it was like a light situation where they couldn't see it, but that was their explanation after the game. Yeah.
That was weird. Even the announcer was like, and I think the Panthers win, like, because he was waiting for the official signal. I get it, like, but
Me too.
Like, yes, we all saw it, but we also want to see the signal just in case. Is there a flag, something?
Yeah.
But it's funny you mentioned Freddie Falcon, because is there a Mrs. Freddie Falcon or something? Because they both just it looked like a chalk outline. They're both just like.
Yeah, if there's a Mrs. Freddie Falcon, she got the kids in the divorce a long time ago.
Everything's great with Atlanta Falcons right now. Yeah, they have 2% playoff odds. Another win for the Rams, probably being the best team in the NFL, I would say. And now they have a top 10 pick, number 8 pick, and then have some interesting choices. Yeah, and the Panthers, though, currently the 9 seed, 22% chance of making the playoffs. They're 6-5. That's all right. Matt Harmon had him as a playoff team. He disowned the take, but he might want to.
I still think they'd meet a very grisly end in the playoffs, but hey, it's something. Like, this team's not very good to me.
I know,
but it's something.
The defense is improved. I do want to watch it, even though they let up all this. It's not great, but it's improved. Nick Gordon, a football 3-1 favorite, is playing really well. Yeah. He's playing well. We were the ones that said bet on the first round version of him, not the day 2 version. He's playing well. Derek Brown's playing well. I can't remember if any there today, but yeah, no, they're improved. But the quarterback, even if he went for 400-something yards, there's still some frustrations. Panthers have 49ers, Rams, Saints, Bucks, Seahawks, Bucks. Okay, that's a toughie. NFC's tough. That's tough. So we'll see. That's why it's 22%. Before we wrap this up, extra credit real quick. Packers, really, Jordan Love and Christian Watson bounce back to beat the Giants 27-20. Josh Jacobs gets hurt. I'm like, oh boy. This is just, the Giants defensive line was just overwhelming. The Packers offensive line, it felt like. I thought Jordan Love had some great moments today. I thought he was very consistent today, made a lot of good decisions. And I thought a lot of balls were right on the money. And I thought Christian Watson had some nice moments too. He had a dunk touchdown at the end, which is such an improvement of where he came from a rookie or from as a young player. So Packers, Jordan Love, Christian Watson, extra credit. Anything on this game as they beat the Giants, Chuck?
Just hilarious. Hilarious Jameson interception, of course. We needed that. So
he should have had 7.
Yeah, he was terrible today. But yeah, that was a good game by Jordan Love. Nice bounce back performance. Like, man, the Packers are they're frustrating, but they're not bad. Right. Ultimately, like when I watched like the Rams and Seahawks, like, you guys are not that good. So
it's a tier difference.
It's a tier down. Yeah. So we'll see. They're close, but not there quite yet.
They have to go on a little run for me to like really buy into them, but it's like, okay, I think I know what you are still. Like, I think everyone does, but it's like they're a playoff team and they have really good highs. It's just, for sure, they can't get out of their own way sometimes. But I thought Love had a couple cool throws under pressure. Like Abdul Carter had one where he got right in his grill right away and he hit Dobbs. And I was like, it was just such a nice play. Also wanted to say about the Kirk Cousins arm strength thing. This is another thing is maybe some people of this generation remember Peyton Manning and Drew Brees at the end of their careers when the arm was just falling apart. You have to start kind of with a good arm to even get to that point. So if you're Kirk Cousins, who I would say threw a nice deep ball, but as far as like driving the ball was like average at best arm strength, it looks even worse as you're nearing 40 and that arm starts really to drop off. So I just kind of last little note there. And then to close it out, Ravens, we kind of touched on this a little bit. Ravens went 23-16, kind of still in there in the AFC North. Any thoughts on Shedeur as we check this box?
He was really like so bad that I hope we can just kind of drop this. That's all I got to say. Like the fact that like we're still here digging up crap about some 5th round rookie quarterback who's never played well in the NFL. Like, can we just move on from this? This is getting really pathetic and sad. And that's really all I got to say about that. Like, if you're still invested in this, just move on. Because I don't think you should be watching sports anymore if you're going to be that obsessed with something like this.
Yeah, he finished 4 of 16, 47 yards, 2 sacks, 13.5 rating.
It's not worth talking about, dude. He was that bad.
I know. You know who's been fun? Cam Ward, the number 1 pick.
Yes.
He's fun. I know his stats aren't great, but he's a lot of fun. Trust me, he's a lot of fun. He's actually pretty good. He's doing cool stuff. Let's talk about the number 1 pick. He's good.
Well,
it should be exciting.
We could talk. No. We could talk more about a 5th round rookie quarterback who has 47-yard passings and then also had 27 lost sack yards, coming with a clean 20 yards on 18 dropbacks and an interception. If you still care about this, please call your mom, call someone who loves you, because it's not right to still be obsessed with this. You need help, serious help. I'm not even joking about that. Like, this is really scary.
I know you're not.
This is really scary.
I know you're not. That's why I'm just letting it linger.
It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't. You're so over the toxic positivity. You're just like, no.
I am like, no. Dude, the stakes are not high here. You can be honest about if your quarterback's bad. It's not like we're talking about the end of the world where you might want to lie to make yourself feel better. The stakes are too low. Stop lying to yourself. Snap out of it, man. I know. Grow up.
Just go next cycle, recycle it. Just get a new guy in there. That's the original plan, anyways. That's like a third and fifth round, anyways. And you got the Jags.
You just lie to yourself.
Just stay the course. Yeah, exactly. Don't jingling keys. You don't have to worry about the jingling keys. Just stay the course. Stay the course. But we're closing it out today. That was a lot of fun, even if we ended on that. But I think it was therapeutic for Charles. I'll be back on Tuesday with my guy, Matt Harmon, and we'll have more reactions to Week 11. I'm Nate Tice. You can find me at Nate_Tice. That's Charles McDonald. You can find him at 4 Verts. Send him some love. Also, subscribe to us, follow us, rate us, send us some love. Leave some nice comments. We'd appreciate it. Watch us on YouTube, on the Yahoo Sports YouTube channel, like some of you are right now. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, especially as Sunday Night Football already kicked off. Thanks to Stone. That's not my fault. That's not our fault. That's Broncos Chiefs' fault. Quicken it up. Let's get that game going. But also thanks to Stone, Austin, and Madison behind the scenes for making us look and sound good. Thank you all for joining us. Hopefully you had a lot of fun, because we did, as always. Thank you all for listening. See you guys next time.